Good morning, everybody. Today is Sunday, March 7th. The guy who was supposed to go out on the boat ride with me this morning canceled. He says it's too cold. It is in the low 50s if you dress appropriately. It's actually kind of enjoyable. Sun is out. We're in the back of beautiful Galveston Island, Moody Gardens in front. We're going to do a quick walk through the 2006 Contender 21 Open that I currently have for sale on the Hull Truth and Boat Trader. Starting with the bow, we have flush-mounted bow light, pop-out cleat. This was installed by me. It does have a backing plate on the back, 5200 bolts, anchor locker, Fortress anchor, original cleat installed by Contender. The anchor locker drains actually through this little fitting right here. Recessed grab rail, very nice. We need to get to the bow in sporty conditions. 2 speakers in the front, clamp on rod holders, 300 quart kill box. You can access it from one side or the other. The entire actually hatch is removable. It is insulated. I have kept 120 pounds of ice in it through a Texas weekend. Of course, front seating also works as a cooler. I actually use it as a dry storage most of the time. Custom T-top installed for me by JC Custom Rails, I believe back in 2015 or 16. The rail continues aft. 2 more clamp-on rod holders, 1 on each side. Of course, additional set of speakers. Side-mounted rod holders, 3 on each side. Center console with flush-mounted instrumentation. Cosmetic boat repair in Kima did a very good job reglassing the center console for me. The amplifier for the stereo is actually inside. To get to it, you need to pop these 2 trim pieces, 4 screws total. The entire unit comes out, and you can access the electronics. Contender calls this custom steering wheel. It's okay, I prefer stainless, but hey, actually it feels kind of nice on your hands. Lenco trim tabs with the indicator. Garmin AIS VHF radio. It's wired. You actually can see some of the vessels right here. Stereo. Of course, the leaning post with 3 built-in rod holders. I lose 2 rod holders if I decide to use the backrest, which I do today for cruising. A lot of you asked me about these 2 hatches, this one and the one on the starboard side. These are not original, even though they look pretty cool. I had my fiberglass guy put them in for me because you can never have enough storage in a Contender 21. I store my DFI oil on this one. The hoses, there's a fill hose for the fuel tank and the vent line, also the ground line as well. And then on the other side, I keep my tool bag. Transom storage by Contender right there. Of course, handsome transom with Mercury Optimax ProXS. I removed the ProXS stickers to make it look less of a bass boat, more an offshore boat. And of course, in this hatch we have the oil and the primary fuel filter. This thing is removable. It is my second one. I broke the first one that came with the boat when I tried to trim my old outboard back. My dad and I built this one from starboard. Good times. Try to put it back in with one hand. There you go. And of course you have trim tabs on each side with stern cleats. This is a mount for a Penn downrigger. The downrigger itself is somewhere in the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico. I have some good stories about that. I have mentioned some spider cracks right here. This one was done by the previous owner. I think he jammed it into a pole or something like this, but it is very much cosmetic. Some spider cracks here. I have referenced chipped gel coat. I think the anchor was dropped here before. And then we have a small spider crack right here. And of course right here, stress points. I think now they're dimming this instead of making it a sharp corner, they round them up. And then of course on the top we have the rocket launchers, outriggers, all around light. Spread light works. This 24-inch LED light does not. That's what I mean when I say it doesn't work. It went out last season, decided not to fix it or replace it because honestly it's useless, blinds a lot of people, and it does not reflect back any light at all. The windshield, I did replace it with smoked tinted glass. First of all, it looks cool. Second of all, it cuts quite a bit of glare. And then of course, let's start the motor up. There she is. And as I said, all the electronics are integrated into the Garmin head unit. The sounder works. We're at 17 feet of water. What is my water temperature? 58 degrees. That's doable. Hi guys, this is the tour of 2006 Contender 21 Open, currently for sale on the Hull Room and Boat Trade. Thanks for watching. Pull the boat out. Wanted to see, give you a look of the outside. The boot stripe on the bow roller is scratched up. It's from loading it on the trailer. The gunner looks nice and shiny and straight. There's a chip right here in the gel coat. It is patched up, functional but not pretty. New axles installed last season. This is actually corrosion X on them to prevent them from rusting up. Very much South Texas skeg. I've gotten in some shallow spots with the boat. Starboard, no issues here, except right here on the bow, some cosmetic scratches. Other than that, this is it. 2006 Contender 21 Open with 2016 Mercury Optimax.